It seems like there isn't a week that goes by where Disney isn't facing some sort of massive legal threat, whether it's from employees who claim they were underpaid for years, whether it's the big lawsuit from Gina Carano herself against Disney and Lucasfilm, or whether you have a death in the theme park or in a restaurant at Disney Springs. Disney is constantly facing legal battles, and it looks like they have another one on their hands because these are the headlines today. Lucasfilm sued over Rogue One's use of Peter Cushing as Grand Moff Tarkin. Now, obviously, if you saw Rogue One, you know that Peter Cushing was digitally recreated for that movie. Princess Leia also digitally recreated for that movie. But someone is saying that they did not have permission to do that, and now a judge is letting this move forward in court after Disney tried to get the case dismissed. Lucasfilm sued for recreating Grand Moff Tarkin actor Peter Cushing's image in Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Disney's subsidiary Lucasfilm is being sued over its recreation of Grand Moff Tarkin. As reported by The Times, a friend of Cushing has alleged Disney did not have permission to recreate the actor's image with special effects for Rogue One. Disney tried and failed to have the case dismissed for a second time in early September. The plaintiff, Kevin Francis, is suing Lucasfilm through his film company, Tyburn Film Productions, and also brought claims against Rogue One producer, Lunak Heavy Industries, the late executors of Cushing's estate and Cushing's agency, Associated International Management. Francis claimed he must be given authorization for any recreation of Cushing's image following an agreement made between him and the actor in 1993, 1 year before his death at age 81. So, to break this down, this is somebody who knew Peter Cushing, who was friends with Peter Cushing, and is claiming that they entered an agreement in 1993 surrounding recreation. Now, it would seem kind of strange to me for somebody to do something in 1993 when a lot of this stuff was really just in its infancy, but potentially that could have happened. And apparently a judge has seen enough to say, no, I don't think that this is inarguable. I don't think that this is just a guaranteed loss in court. It should see its day in court. Lucasfilm claimed, and this is where I think it gets very interesting, because, yeah, you can argue all you want. Hey, the family gave the okay. This person is saying him and Peter came to an agreement before this, blah, blah, blah. This is where it gets very interesting because now it gets revealed that Lucasfilm didn't think they needed to ask anybody's permission. Lucasfilm was just going to fucking do it. Lucasfilm claimed it didn't think it needed permission to recreate Cushing's image due to his original contract for Star Wars, the 1977 film, which became Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, and the nature of special effects. It also paid around $37,000 to Cushing's estate after being contacted by his agent about the recreation. So to set that up, they just fucking did it. They didn't think they needed any permission. They didn't want to talk to anybody. They weren't going to give anybody any money. And then after it happened, after the fact, Cushing's estate and his agent and his estate reach out and they're like, hey, it's kind of fucked up you just did that, especially without getting our permission. You didn't give us any money. You didn't give us any royalties. That's bullshit. So then Lucasfilm, after the fact, did that. That is a Lucasfilm problem. We've seen that across the board, especially when it comes to a lot of authors and creatives out there. They will do anything to get out of paying them royalties. Maybe most famously, Alan Dean Foster, one of the earliest Star Wars authors, 1978, Splinter of the Mind's Eye, as well as a handful of others over the years. I think he did the Force Awakens novelization as well, did The Approaching Storm, a handful of Star Wars books. He claimed that he wasn't getting royalties for years and years and years, and he was going through health issues and problems and stuff like that, and he basically had to be this massive viral thing to get Disney finally to pay him what he was owed. What I have heard from a couple other Star Wars Expanded Universe authors is this is not a Alan Dean Foster specific problem. It is everyone. A ton of people are having issues right now getting the royalties they are owed from the Star Wars books that they wrote years and years ago that Lucasfilm is still currently selling and even reprinting and advertising, the new Legends cover, all that shit. A lot of people are having problems getting their royalties. This is a Lucasfilm thing, a Disney thing. They basically just look at all these guys who did all this work and that they're still profiting off and they say, you know what? Fuck them. We don't need to ask permission to do this. We don't need to give them royalties until they get called out and it gets bad enough that they essentially are forced to do so. On September 9th, a high court judge, Tom Mitchinson, dismissed the appeal, stating the case should go to trial. I'm also not persuaded the case is unarguable to the standard required to give summary judgment or to strike it out. In an area of developing law, it's very difficult to decide where the boundaries might lie in absence of a full factual inquiry. Now, this is something that is going to be an issue going forward as more and more people continue to do these things, especially with de-aging and the advancement of special effects and CGI and stuff like that. We know with the passing of James Earl Jones, that is a question that apparently has already been answered. A couple years ago, the headline came out that James Earl Jones had already signed some sort of contract for his voice to be artificially reproduced using AI. That is what was used in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, in fact. So some actors who have, think that that could happen to them, they are already working those things out before they do pass away. But in this case, Lucasfilm might be sitting there for another lengthy court battle because of what they decided to do in Rogue One almost 10 years ago. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.